Hey, Sprouts fans. So it's been about a week since we put our little seeds in the grow medium and we put our little dome over top, trying to germinate the seeds. And now it's time to see what happened. So I'm just going to kind of like pan down. I've been... Okay, so here they are. La la. And wonderful. So you can see, here's the heat mat, and you can see like the condensation on the top. It's like creating this little like almost weather pattern inside there. Like these drips are evaporating and then dripping down like rain kind of. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just check out what is happening. So let's just remove these. Okay, here's the first one. I'll show you the one. I know this one is doing really well, so maybe we'll do this one first. Just slide it over. Okay, here we go. Whoa! So see, this one like has gone pretty crazy. I just want to take a look. Oopsie. Okay, that was probably dumb. Okay. Okay. So this one's looking good. These beans are like clearly enormous. They've like swelled and they're sprouting. These are the little lettuces. Snow peas I just knocked off, but like we'll deal with that later. These are the cukes. Wonderful. Okay, let's check on the peppers. Usually they take a little bit longer. Okay, so, wow, look. Okay, we have 1, 2, that one, maybe no. Those 2, that one, yes, yes. Okay. The habanadas, not looking good, but those were some older seeds, like I said. So, you know, maybe they need a little more time, but maybe not. Maybe they're going to be duds. And if they are, I'm just going to plant maybe a bunch more and then see if any of them sprout. It's not the end of the world. Okay, and then here is our tomatoes. Whoa, they are looking spindly yet lovely. See, like, I'm gonna get in closer at some point, but you can tell that these ones just need like a little more time. So I'm gonna leave them in there. Like they're just beginning to germinate. So I'm gonna show you more of an up close of what I found, because you probably can't really tell, and it's pretty crazy after 1 week. Ooh, and we just got a bunch of light with blossoms. So here are the cukes. We are going wild and crazy. Oh, where are our peppers? They're just barely germinating. There's the habanadas. Unfortunately, they don't look the best, but we'll see. And then the rest of the peppers there. And we're gonna get really good. And I'm so happy because what I'm calling Italian stallion, they have sprouted, and I wasn't sure if they would. Well, because of the wild preserve them, but now you know.
Okay, so what you want to do now that your sprouts are germinated and they're getting kind of large is to move them into a separate container. I did this outside and I'm doing a voiceover right now because there were lots of sirens and wind and the audio was really bad. So what you do is you take a little container. It doesn't have to have a hole in the bottom. It doesn't have to have anything because we're going to move the sprout from this container into a planter later, so drainage doesn't matter as much as if you're planting it. The reason why we're replanting these now, even though they look so fragile, and really they are, is because they're starting to get tall. And when they start to get tall, they start to touch the top of the greenhouse that they're in right now. And when they do that, they can start to rot because of the condensation. Okay, so take your sprout and see how deep your container is, because you don't want to fill your container with dirt and then find the top of your sprout is not covered in soil. So here are our little sprouts blowing in the wind. These are tomatoes. And we're just going to measure. Okay, so we're measuring how deep that is in the container. And so then we're just going to add enough soil in the bottom. And then make a little hole to put your sprout in. Okay, so there's a hole. Plop it in. And then you just cover it up. And you just have to be careful because your sprouts are really fragile. So just kind of gently put the soil around your sprouts. And later on, you can kind of pull them gently. There we go. Just gently sprinkle your soil around. And then fluff up your sprouts. Make sure they're pointing up, but be very delicate. You don't want to break their stem. And then just kind of press lightly around so that they're secure, because that's going to help them grow nice and tall. And then that's it. See, isn't it fun? It's fun getting your hands dirty. That's it. And then you might want to add some water, but my soil was pretty moist. And as I said before, these little guys, look how delicate they are. They can easily dry out. So if they are drying out, just make sure you mist them, make sure they're getting enough water, and keep your eyes on them because they are little babies right now.
Okay, so if your little sprouts are starting to dry out, take a plastic bag, grocery bag, Ziploc bag, whatever, put it over the top, fluff it up. Just make sure that the side of the bag is not touching the sprouts, because that will do the same thing. It will make them rot, just like it when it touches the top of the container of the germinating greenhouse thing. You don't have to buy any fancy little pots for all of them. Just use what you have at home. I did change a couple things. I decided to plant red cherry tomatoes instead of beefsteak, because the Italian stallion are going to do similar. It's going to be similar look and similar, thing to the beefsteak. So I want to do a little cherry tomatoes. They ripen faster and you can have them earlier in the season. So that's what I'm doing with that. Everything else the same. And I just wanted to address some questions from the comments from last week's video. So Victoria Zhang at _meow_yin_, she asked me to talk about, hi baby. She asked me to tell you guys how much I spent on the seeds and the containers, and also where I got them. Row 7 Seeds, which is the Dan Barber seed company that I was mentioning, they have their own website and everything is delivered right to your door. I'm not sure how it is outside of the US because I've never tried that. I know a lot of you guys are Canadian like me, but you'll just have to go on the website, Row 7 Seeds, Google it, you'll find it. It'll be right there, and see if they deliver to you. And if not, you can send them to my house and I'll send them to you. I got the heirloom tomatoes and some of the other seeds that aren't Row 7. I just bought on Amazon, and I bought these containers on Amazon. That's life these days. I probably should have gone to my local gardening store, but my local gardening store is Home Depot, so it's really not much better. So I just bought everything on Amazon. I don't remember how much I spent on the other seeds because I don't know how much I spent on all the seeds total, because I purchased several rounds of seeds throughout the years, but they're generally really inexpensive. So, these I already have. I think these were I'm going to say $20 for a 3-pack plus the grow medium. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. If you're watching this on IGTV, like, comment. I love reading the comments. Ask me questions in the comments. I will shout you out and I will answer your questions. And yeah, I just look forward to the next video. So we'll see where we're at next week. I'll give you the update. And I just appreciate you guys watching, and thanks so much. And I'll see you next week. Okay, here they are.